the major and the standard decision.
There were some super moves here by the part of both wrestlers in that last match. That Trezino 5-point move at the beginning was an excellent move, and that last move by Gibbons was excellent.
Well, you don't think this one's going to be competitive? I don't think you've been paying attention, because these are two of the top boys in the country going at each other. Lenny Zelesky on the left for the Hawks. He's lost one time this year, and he's lost to the man out there with him, Dave Brown.
And that was a score of 10-4 in the dual meet at Iowa State.
Zelesky in, but Brown is countering with a whizzer. Lost the whizzer and lost the points. What was it called? 2-1.
2-1. 2-1. Right. Here comes the move right now. He's got that single leg up there, that high crotch. Notice how he comes in around behind, although Dave comes up underneath that arm over the top, comes out for the 1, so it's 2-1.
Yes, that's Lenny Zelesky has a lot of savvy out there going for the legs. That's the way he beat Andre Metzger. Took him down 3 times in the last minute and 20 seconds or so by going for the legs.
Well, he's tough. He's real tough.
Dave Brown had a bout with the flu last week, just ahead of the Oklahoma mate. But I think he's back at full strength again. So you're looking at two 142-pound wrestlers at the top of their form.
They're both good technicians. Dave Brown is a real good technician on that single high crotch series, off of an arm shuck, an arm throw.
Work back to the center. Work back to the center.
Lenny, of course, already showing us what he can do there on that single high crotch series.
And he keeps coming. He comes at you. Lenny Zelesky. He was a Big Ten champion last year.
That's correct. There's kind of an arm lift, a little shuck going down on a single by Dave.
That's Nate Carr. He'll be up at 150.
25.
Top ranked 150-pounder in the country, Nate Carr.
This is a big swing match right here, Doug. This one we're looking at right now. And of course, that 18-pound class was a big match. But as we see things going right now, this has to be a big swing match.
Well, it's one Iowa State has to win. Iowa State has to come out somehow on top in this one, or it's a long road. Lenny Zelesky. Back to the center. Well, we asked Lenny earlier how he would wrestle Dave Brown differently tonight than the last time they met.
Well, what I'm going to try to do differently than what I did first time is I'm going to try to attack his elbows more than I did last time, as far as I went more upper body, more on his shoulders and more on his head. This time I'm going to try to keep my arms low because he was tying up my elbows and pushing into me and making me look bad, and he got 4 stalling points that way.
That was the voice of Lenny Zelesky. You see him starting on top in the second period. He has 13 seconds of riding time. Dave Brown is out and the match is tied.
Sit out and turn in, Dave Brown. Well, you heard it from Lenny how he'd like to negate those stalling calls that went against him the last time. He'd like to attack the elbows and become a little bit more aggressive on his feet for some takedowns. He started out that way. He got the first takedown.
Well, we thought maybe, too, the last time. This match took place right after Randy Lewis got hurt. We weren't sure. Lenny says it didn't matter that much. He was going to go out and wrestle his match anyway, but sometimes we wondered if it didn't affect the Hawks in those first couple of matches right afterward.
There was a shot by Zelesky, but sprawled by Brown and countered real well, feet back.
2 minutes and a few odd seconds here left in the second period.
Both boys are kind of tying up in there, blocking each other with the head. Looking for a little key here or there. Gets the other one
There's
off
the first time that Brown has reached Zelesky, but he couldn't hold it.
This is high crotch series.
He likes to, excuse me, Dave.
Well, I was just going to say, you'll see a lot of boys now, the Okies, of course, do a lot of reach down, just grab that knee and pull it in. The coaches today are just calling them nothing more but than knee pulls, so to speak. Once they get that up
from the outside.
Yeah, and they go into the high crotch series from there.
A minute 35. A minute 35. Zelesky.
You're stalling, man. Both of you. Let's go.
Going to call it both ways.
Yeah, that's correct. Neither one's doing much on their feet at this time. Again, though, we must say that with the kind of talent we see out there tonight, both boys recognizes the yellow one's talents, and consequently, he knows a little miscue here or there, and it could be all over.
Zelesky scored his 2 points on a takedown. Brown has 2 escapes.
You've got to be aggressive. You've got to be the attacker. Keep after the other wrestler. Stay away from those stalling calls.
Nothing happening so far now, second period. You see Zelesky trying to stay away from Brown a little bit, trying to keep him from locking in on him.
Center. 47 seconds, let's go.
Neither boy is doing anything to speak of at this point as far as a shot for a move.
47 seconds was the call at the beginning. It was the time the referee, John Raber, announced just as they started. It's down to 35 now. Second period.
No riding time either in this match at this point.
Iowa 6, Iowa State 3 in the team score. Iowa won the first 2. Cyclones finally got one when Jim Gibbons won a decision at 134. But Barry Davis has won the big match so far. An upset over Mike Nicosi. Still not much happening. It's a lot happening, but it's not
it's all
fiery action.
We might get a double. There it is. I was just going to say we'll get another double call.
Both wrestlers called for stalling each.
Both wrestlers penalized for stalling. Each one gets a point. It's now 3-3.
Okay, even up 3. And who starts on top? Brown.
Brown's on top. He escaped with that sit-out maneuver in the last period.
Good, come on down, Red.
Harold Nichols.
Okay.
And Les Anderson
come on
leaning
down.
back into the picture there. Brown starts on the bottom. Zelesky stands up, goes to the whizzer.
He's got that overhook whizzer, but Brown's locked up in there on him too.
But he comes out. 4-3, Zelesky. And we're back in that upper body struggle again.
Well, we're bound to see some offense here now. We've got a 1-point match. There's no riding time, and everything's on the line now in this, the third period. They're both in the neutral position.
Zelesky has never beaten Dave Brown. They've met, 2 or 3 times? And Brown has come away each time the winner. It was close last year in this Iowa City meet. But Brown won it 10-9.
Zelesky went in there on a shot, on a kind of looked like it was a double leg shot, but he overdrove his base and wisely backed out of there. It wasn't a very serious attempt for a takedown.
That's the team score you're looking at now. 6-3.
We're going to get some stalling here again, maybe if something doesn't happen pretty quick. Both boys are doing a lot of blocking off and pushing.
John Raber sends them back out. You're looking at Dan Gable.
There it is.
On the leg goes Brown, but nobody's got it yet. As long as Brown keeps the leg, he's all right, but I don't know if he can hold that. It looks good for Zelesky.
Not yet. No, they're still scrimmaging for the takedown. No points yet. There it is.
6-3. Zelesky gets the takedown. And goes up by 3 here at 142 pounds. We have now 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go. And he has Dave Brown down off his base.
Yes, he does. He's on there tough on him right now, distributing his weight real well, staying over that near leg, working in behind the arms, not exposing himself up front. Got the deep waist right on him, taking that near arm bar.
We have less than a minute left. In riding time, Dave, it's 54, 55 seconds and rolling for Zelesky. Brown has only 9, so there's a potential riding time point, too.
Yes, I thought the best thing for Dave to do when he got taken down, there's a point right there.
On the bottom.
I was going to say, Dave hasn't done anything at the bottom since he got the takedown scored against him. And
it's 7-3 now.
Had Dave got himself moving right after the takedown, he was still in the match without question, but he's kind of taken himself out of there now with that stalling call and the riding time factor.
1 minute 16 for Zelesky, 9 seconds for Brown. It's the potential point is there. for Zelesky.
There's your sit out.
He's
Coming
going
out
for
the back
two.
door for two, maybe. No points yet. He's going to get a 1 or a 2 out of this, perhaps. He's trying to get the score of the 2 if he can.
See what happens. No points yet.
Whack.
1.
Whack. Outside.
4 seconds left.
Well, I'll tell you, there aren't enough. It would take a 4-point move for a tie, and Zelesky wins it. With a point for riding time, Lenny Zelesky, who is currently ranked number 1, gets at long last revenge against Dave Brown and beats him for the first time, 8-4.
They lead now, 9-3.
And the Hawkeye Express is rolling here. There's Dave Brown, very disappointed at losing his second match of the year for the first time to Zelesky. The other time was up against Metzger. And Lenny Zelesky right there, the happy winner, has defeated both.